All right. It says it's recording to my cloud, but we'll see if it actually works.
So we'll see. Okay. Well, if you guys don't, I don't know all of you. Some of you are a bunch of you are from my team, but many of you are not. My name's Jill Cunningham, and I was really excited that Stephanie asked me to hop on this call with you guys and just talk about what we did last month to sign a bunch of coaches. I signed 6 coaches last month, which is a lot for me. And half of them were working coaches and the other half were discount coaches. So I heard many of you are going to be taking part in the recruitment surge that Lindsay just set up for all of us, and I'm super duper excited. That pot went to $5,000 like really fast, so this is really exciting. My piece of the pot last month was $166, so not to mention, you know, the growth within my business. So that's super duper exciting. So I just wanted to hop on and let you guys know what I did to make that happen last month. And the very first thing that I did was to look at who I already have in front of me. So who are your existing customers who have subscriptions, whether it's Shakeology or Performance Line or anything, Beach Bars. If they have a subscription and they're getting something every single month, they love what they're getting. So they would love a discount, because who doesn't love a discount, right? So I reached out to all of the people in my downline who I hadn't previously invited, all the active customers and people who have subscriptions. If you haven't seen on your main page, this just popped into my head, so I don't have it right in front of me, but in the Coach Online office, there's now a spot that says like your customer subscriptions, and you can click on it and it shows you all of your customers who have and what they get regularly. It'll show you if they have a subscription for Shakeology, etc. So you can reach out to all of those people, and some of them may have been given to you as leads, and whether or not you've reached out to them in the past, now's a great time to reach out to them again and just, you know, let them know that you're so happy that they've been enjoying their Shakeology, and that you wanted to let them know, you know, that you run a group every month and you'd love for them to participate, and also that there's an opportunity for them to get a discount on the products that they already love. It's also a good way to just get to know them. What do they do for a living? You know, how long have they been into health and fitness? And you could even potentially invite them to be a coach, to earn money to, you know, cover some of the costs of their own subscriptions. So that's a good thing to look into, is, again, that customer subscriptions link in your Coach Online office. So you're going to be looking, again, for anyone who has active subscriptions, and also anyone who's in your accountability group who's just a regular customer, but they're showing up every day and they're encouraging other people. Maybe there's someone who's been offering a lot of tips lately or sharing a lot of recipes. Just anyone who's actively participating in the group and reaching out to others. And you can just reach out and be like, hey, listen, so you're doing what a coach does, but I'm getting paid for it. You know, maybe we should talk about coaching, and then, you know, send them information or however you do that. We don't run sneak peeks. I have a sneak peek PDF that I send to potential clients to give them all of that information. The people in front of you, so family and friends, when you're building your downline, first of all, if you have a spouse and your spouse isn't signed up yet, your spouse should be signed up. If you want to build a business, your spouse should be signed up. And the reason is, so even if you're a brand new coach, sometimes it can get kind of like, this is a lot of information. So don't be freaked out if you know, it gets to that, because you have to think big picture. Big picture is that down the line, as you're building a downline, as you're adding more coaches and helping them be successful and building volume on those legs, having your spouse as one of those first customer or first coaches in your downline means that their business center is also going to benefit from all that volume that you're building underneath them. So the sooner you get them signed, the better, because eventually then you can also have control. You have control of that spouse account, so you can build it to diamond. That's what I'm doing right now, is taking my husband's account to diamond. And it's so nice to have that control. I also have an account on my left leg for one of my best friends, and she uses it for the discount, but she's not actively coaching. But I've put discount coaches beneath her, you know, to hold that rank. And So that's someone else that you can think about. Who are your family and friends who, even if they don't want to work the business, who can kind of be a placeholder for you that you can build up. So that's something else that you can consider. And friends, if you haven't talked to your friends about what you're doing, interestingly, most of my friends were not really interested at all. And only one of my friends drinks Shakeology, and none of them use the programs or anything. I don't know what's wrong with them, but they just weren't interested. You would think that they would be, but they're not. Excuse me, but you never know unless you ask people. So, actively ask people, invite them to join you. We talk about all the time within my team how, like, if you don't reach out to someone individually, if you're only doing public invites to the coaching opportunity but not reaching out to individual people, it's like if someone goes on Facebook and they're like, hey guys, I'm having a dinner party and you're all invited, like everybody come, and someone might see it and be like, okay, that's cool, but does she mean me? Like, will it be weird if I show up? Does she, like, we're not that close, so she probably doesn't mean me, like I shouldn't go to this party. But if you reach out to her and, personally, and you're like, hey, I don't know if you saw my post, but I'm adding coaches to my team this month and I thought of you. Would you be interested in learning more about the opportunity and maybe joining my team? It would be a heck of a lot of fun to work together. So keep in mind that it's super important that you're reaching out to people individually. I wish that I hadn't waited so long to start doing that in my business, because you guys, the faster you build your downline of coaches, the sooner you're going to build rank and create residual income within your business. And that's a game changer, because your income is no longer dependent solely on retail sales. Now you're building, those bigger team bonus cycles. And once you get to 2-star, you start those star diamond bonuses, which is a really big deal. Like I said, total game changer. Financially for you in your business. And also you get that second business center. So like you can be your own rock star coach in your own downline. Huge deal. So like I said, you're reaching out to the people who are already in front of you, existing customers who have subscriptions, existing customers who are active in the group and should probably be coaching. Like Amy, it took me forever to talk her into it, but I knew from the get-go, I was like, this girl needs to be coaching, and she's amazing. You're going to reach out to all of those people. And that is, the other thing I wanted to mention is that every time I make a sale, if it's a challenge pack or a completion pack purchase, I talk to them obviously about their goals, and we talk about, what package would be the best value for them and what they're going to get and how much it's going to cost. And then when they're like, okay, I'm ready, because I personally don't send links until someone is ready to purchase. I'll be like, you let me know when you're ready to purchase. I'll send you the link, because I don't like having links out there in limbo. It makes my anxiety rise, and I'm like checking my, share a cart, like, did they see it? Did they buy? Did they do it? And I don't like it. So I'm like, okay, when you're ready, you let me know, and I'll send you a link. And then I send it, and I'm like, okay, go ahead and process that right now, and then let me know when you're done. And then I like cheer, and I send them like gifts, like, I'm so excited. But the very last thing that I do before I even create their link is I say, okay, here, I'll actually read it to you, and I was going to drop it in the comments, and my team already has this, but I send it every single time. And I should have pulled it up before I got started. I keep it in the notes on my phone so that I can just copy and paste it into the conversation. There it is. Okay. So I say there are two options. One last thing. There are 2 options to order, and they both cost the same amount, $160. Now, obviously, you have to change that if it's, a challenge pack that is a different price. They both cost the same, $160. The first option is to sign up with our loyalty/discount coach program. You pay $160 now, and then $113 for each additional bag of Shakeology that you order. And then in parentheses, like $97 plus the $16 coach fee, plus 25% off of all your future products and programs with this option. I can also show you how to keep drinking Shakeology for free. The second option is to order as a customer. This also only costs $160 now, and then you'll pay $130 for each additional bag of Shakeology you order. Shakeology is a meal replacement, so it breaks down to $375 to $450 a meal for the healthiest meal of the day. I would recommend the loyalty discount coach option. That way you'll save the most money, and there's no other requirements or contracts to sign or anything like that, so you can cancel anytime without penalty. Either option will set you up with the monthly auto ship for Shakeology, and that's super easy to cancel with an email, live chat, or a phone call if you decide to. which option sounds best to you. And you guys, most people are like, yeah, I'll go ahead and take that discount option. And you're like, okay, yes, you will. And then you say, okay, great. Well, technically, you're signed up as a coach. You don't ever have to work the business if you don't want to. But what this means is that now you can invite some of your friends to do this along with you. And then you can sell it to them. So you can recoup some of the cost of your starter bundle by bringing some friends along with you, because it's always more fun to do this with friends, and our accountability group, you know, is the more the merrier. So go invite some of your friends to do this with you, and you can get the commission for it. And guys, when they get a taste of that and they're like, wow, that was pretty easy. Like, I could probably talk about what I'm doing, and maybe some other people would want to do it with me, right? So it's you know, planting the seed and showing them that they can do it. And that's how, you know, you can build from discount coach to coach. So those are the main things that I did last month to get me my piece of that recruitment pot.
All right. I loved everything you said. I loved how you talked about too, like reaching out, the analogy you used about the dinner party. I know I've heard that somewhere before, but it's so true, you guys. I feel like sometimes we get in our own heads where we're like, oh, we don't want to be annoying. Like, we don't want to be that person. And it's like, I will talk to people, I'll reach out to people, and they'll like literally say to me, yeah, girl, like I've been watching you forever. Or I envy what you do. I can't tell you how many times I hear, I envy you. And I'm like, don't envy me. Like, you can literally do what I'm doing. Like, there's nothing to be jealous of. I promise you that. Sorry guys, I'm getting a low battery notification on my phone. I'm like so discombobulated right now because I don't ever do this on my phone. And of course my phone's dying. And my plug does not reach over here. I might just have to hold the phone while I talk. You gotta do what you gotta do. See, it's not always
Lay on the floor.
not always pretty and perfect in the coach life. All right, so I did the same thing as Jill. I got my piece of the pot too. We both, you know, we signed our 6 coaches, and I feel like we were both like, all right, we're going to get our piece of pot and then we're going to keep going. And we're both like, heck yeah, we're signing up for that next push group. Like, give me all the push groups because I'm going to be doing it for the rest of the year. So I had about half discount, half working coach too, kind of half and half. But so definitely offering the discount opportunity, guys. And I think I talked to both teams about this recently, but that's something that I had gotten away from for so long. And I don't really know why, but what a huge shift just from offering that again, just going back through, offering it to my challengers, offering it to my potentials or my people signing up. So if you're lacking on offering the discount opportunity, change that, because that'll be a game changer for you. But a couple other things that worked for me when I was doing the push and, you know, already for this month is incentives. So I find that my people are a lot like me, where they like a good deal. And if you throw something extra in there, they're going to be excited about it. So I don't know if you guys are like me, but like if I'm online shopping or whatever, I am not buying something unless I feel like I'm getting a good deal. I'm all about promo codes. I'm all about sales, all that good stuff. Okay. So something that I've been doing with my people is like really like amping the incentives. So we have promo codes. Awesome incentive. Now, if you didn't use all your promo codes last month and you didn't get all of them this month, maybe you don't have that many promo codes to offer. Guys, create your own promo code system. Okay. So I feel like the promo codes were like a game changer for us, but we can do that ourselves in our businesses every month. You can create like a promo code option for your people. And what I mean by that is figure out an incentive that works for you that you can offer them. Okay, so some things that I've been doing. First of all, the challenge pack sales. I always lead with that. That's like a no-brainer. Morning Meltdown 100. It is everybody's jam right now. I remind my customers it's still, or you know, my potentials, it's still on sale. It probably won't be on sale next month. It might not even be on sale in the middle of the month, you know, so I always remind them, get going with that sale before you miss out on it. But another thing I've been doing, offering collagen. Okay, so a lot of my new coach challenge pack signups, people are like really interested in the collagen because it's a new product. A lot of people haven't tried it. A lot of people are seeing awesome results on it, and a lot of people don't have collagen yet. So I'm like, hey, if you get signed up with the discount opportunity or the business opportunity or however it is that I'm portraying it to them, I'm also going to give you a free container of collagen. Or I might give them a gift card option. Sometimes I do either or. They can take their pick. Guys, it can be whatever you want it to be. Give them a gift card. Give them some collagen. Just don't offer them cash because I'm pretty sure that is against the rules. We're not allowed to do that. So
Packets of Energize are another good one. Like, you want to try my mom juice, my no excuse juice, like I'll send you 2 packets or something like that, because you can get the boxes of those for pretty cheap.
Yeah. So think about like what you personally use and what you personally believe in and what you're already talking about. So like my customers, I've been talking about collagen since I started using it, since it came out. So they already know what collagen is. So when I offer it to them, they're like, heck yeah, I've been wanting to try it. So think about what you're using, what you can offer, and offer incentives. And I think you'll find that that makes a big difference for you. I know a lot of people are like, well, you know, if I give them a container of collagen or a gift card, you know, that's coming out of my pocket. Well, it is coming out of your pocket in the beginning. But if you look at it like, okay, you're going to get your commission from that sign up. And then you're also going to be getting volume from this, from these coaches in the future, which is going to be contributing to your weekly team bonuses, which is going to be contributing to your paycheck, okay? And then the other thing is, if you sell 5 coach challenge packs in a 5-week period, you get that $100 bonus just for doing that, okay? So let's just say you sign up 5 people and you give away 5 containers of collagen. Well, guess what? That's almost paid for with just that bonus, okay? So you're still going to make your money back. So don't be hesitant about offering stuff like that. If you're like, I don't want to offer incentives, well, you don't have to. Use your promo codes. But I found that offering the incentives really, it's helped me to get people to commit. And another thing that offering incentives helped with is the follow-up. So if you have people that have like ghosted you or they've said no in the past, well, here's like a perfect opportunity. What I've been doing is just messaging people and being like, hey girl, I know we talked about such and such. I have this going on until the 18th of September. You know, when you get this, you get this. This is what I'm offering, blah, 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 blah. I give them a deadline and I just say, hey, let me know. Okay. So don't get like desperate with people. This is another thing I wanted to talk about. Don't get desperate with people to where you're like, please, please, please sign up. Like, I need to hit this goal, sign up. If people say no, it's okay, guys. Like, we all know they're going to come around. They're just not ready, whatever. Don't be like, well, let me tell you 5 million other reasons why you should sign up. Okay. Give them what you have to offer. If they say no, let it be. Be cool about it. Move on. Go talk to more people. Okay. So just talk to more people and you'll find that those people come around. I literally got a message from a girl as I was signing on to the call, who I've been talking to about joining coaching for like forever. Okay. I offered her incentives last month. She wasn't ready. I offered her more incentives and she ghosted me for like 3 weeks. I literally just got a message from her when I was logging on saying, hey, I think I'm ready to do it. Okay. So offer those incentives, be cool about it. Let people, you know, come around. Okay. The other thing is, keep yourself surrounded when you're in these seasons of push, which are so important in our business sometimes, guys. Like, you need to have these seasons of push. And I know that it's not like always possible for everybody to be running in push mode all the time. We have kids, we have lives, things happen. But you have to have these seasons in your business to get that fire burning and to get yourself out of that complacency. So when you're in these seasons of push, surround yourself with people who are pushing and don't feel guilty about wanting to do the push. Okay. So if you find that there's like people on your team or, you know, people in your lives that are like, kind of like bah humbug, they just bring your energy down, just separate that for a little while. Find those people that like light your fire. Join calls like this, you know, find a success partner Whatever it is, like find somebody who's pushing with you and do that together. Okay. Surround yourself with the people who are pushing, and don't feel guilty about doing what you want to do and going after it. I feel like that's so huge, like for the mindset and shifting that mindset, because it's so easy, guys. Like things are going to come up. Things are going to happen. We're going to get bad news. We're going to have bad days. If you're surrounding yourself with those people that are like quick to like feed you that negative energy, you're going to be like, you know what? I can't do it. And you're going to give up. You're going to be like, I can't sign 4 coaches in 2 weeks. It's just not for me. So don't allow that mindset to even be a thing. Like protect yourself from that doubt. Protect yourself from that mindset. And then one more quick little thing that I wanted to add that me and some of my team were talking about today. I know a lot of coaches are like, oh, like, how do I find people? How do I get people? You know, how am I going to sign 4 coaches in 2 weeks or whatever? If you're somebody who really struggles with like adding people to your market, we all know like Instagram is where it's at, you know, although it's funny because Jill and I were talking about the other day how we still do a lot of business on Facebook. Like a lot of our people still sign up through Facebook. So don't tell me it can't happen, because it can, okay?
Most of my business comes, I mean, I actually get very little business from Instagram, and I'm slowly building it, but Facebook is still my jam.
Yep. So Facebook is not dead, you guys. Like the point is you can find people on Facebook. If you can't find people on Facebook, you can find people on Instagram. So dive into the trainings for those 2 areas if you're trying to find more people, if you need more people to invite. But another really easy way to get people into your circle, or to even get people to like reconnect with you if they are ghosting you or not answering you, are free groups. Okay. So in pertaining to this 2-week push, if you're going to do a free group, you're going to want to start it like Monday. So you're going to want to get it ready this weekend, and you're going to want to start it Monday, which really isn't that hard to do, because if you're doing a free group, it's probably not going to be anything too crazy. It's going to be pretty simple, but you want it to end to where you still have time to get people converted before the 18th. But I found that with free groups, people don't hesitate. They sign up, they join without hesitation because it's free. They don't really have to commit to anything. It's an easy way to get people that you haven't really connected with in. It's also an easy way to get people who like aren't answering your messages or haven't committed. They're like, oh, it's free. Like, I don't have to do anything. Yeah, sign me up. And then it opens that door for you to be able to have those conversations with those people and like get them back in your circle again. So if you're like, I don't know where to start, like, I don't know how I'm going to get these people, do everything that we just mentioned and then go run a free group.
Another thing that I wanted to say, and it might seem totally obvious, but just in the last probably 6 months for me, I don't know why I wasn't always, but I've been much more mindful of posting about coaching, which might sound totally obvious, but I always just kind of struggled with it. Like, it's easy to talk about my workouts, and it's easy to talk about my, you know, my Energize and my Shake, and it's easy to share clips of my workouts and all that fun stuff and invite people to my accountability group because I freaking love it. But I wasn't talking enough about what it is that I do. Like, people are like, oh, okay, well, she's doing this fitness thing, that's whatever. But people didn't realize necessarily that it was my job. And even if you're only doing this thing part-time or even as a hobby, like, this is your job. I was just talking with one of my coaches the other day who has been feeling like, I don't know why, you know, I'm not signing coaches, I'm not adding coaches. I went to her Facebook page and I was like, your posts are great, but do you know what's missing? Coaching. You're not talking about coaching. It is your job. Like, so it's easy to talk about how your nutrition is changing your life and your workouts are changing your life, but you have to talk about the fact that this is your job, and how does that fulfill your life? What does that do for you? And just talking about coaching every single day, every day, whether it's on your Facebook or it's in your stories or it's on your Instagram or it's all those places, it's important to talk about it every day. Even if you're a brand new coach, like, what do you love about coaching? Why did you start coaching? Where are you going with this? you know, what do you hope to achieve? What is this doing for you? How does this fulfill you? You know, talk about those things. Otherwise, nobody maybe knows that it's an opportunity that they can even get in on. Do you know what I'm saying? And then also, if they're like, wait, this is her job? I need to know about, like, how does that work? This is her job. So if you're talking about it more often, like I started doing 6 months ago, guess what started happening? I started attracting business building coaches. It was like a freaking miracle. But it wasn't something that I was doing every single day. So it might be obvious, but, you know, talk about coaching.
And that reminds me too of the call in the Dynasty team page. Oh, I forget her name. The one who did the call last night. But she talked about how we feel like we're being repetitive and we're being annoying. And I've always told my team, if you don't feel like your posts are annoying somebody, you're probably not posting often enough. If you don't feel like you're being a little bit annoying, you're probably not doing enough. It's those moments where we're like, man, like I'm kind of tired of hearing myself talk about the same thing. That's when you know you're doing it right. So, and when you're talking about coaching, you're talking about adding to the business, I mean, you can do it different ways. You can, like, for example, you guys can all post a picture of this call and you can talk about, you know, being on the call with the team and however you want to word it. But that's talking about coaching. That's talking about the business. So do it different ways and do it often because people need to be reminded. Like they need to see it constantly. It needs to be in their face, and it's not going to be in their face all the time because of the algorithms like she talked about. So
exactly. I was going to say that you're writing every single post, but they're not seeing every single post. You know, like every person isn't seeing every post. I just had one of my coaches kind of say that the other day, like, I don't want to be annoying. And I was like, are my posts annoying? Do you think my posts are annoying? And she's like, no. And I was like, well, like, that's what I'm doing, you know? And honestly, if it's annoying somebody, then like, that's not who I'm looking for. And they don't need to like follow me anymore. That's totally cool. Cause this is what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So in that way, it's so important to get out of your own head and be like, okay, but I'm not making like a ton of money, or I'm not, well, what, like, are you making enough to cover your Shakeology? You know, like my husband, just when I muted it, he was like, you're about to pay off braces and we're going to talk about that. And I was like, I know, we're about to pay off the metal mouth over here. And that's a huge deal. I paid for it, you know? So there are little things that you can talk about. What is it that, you know, it's helping you pay for? And, you know, in the beginning for me, it was just, I wanted to earn enough to cover my Shakeology. And then I did that and I was like, ooh, that's cool. You know, like, what else can I do? And then, you know, within like 6 or 7 months, I was able to quit my full-time babysitting. That was a huge deal, you know, and then it just went on from there. Like I bought us a van. I like didn't buy it outright, but I was making the payments, and that was a big deal to me. I was paying for soccer. I remember posting something when my son was in preschool being like, I love being able to say yes. Like, yes, you can play soccer. Yes, you can play softball. Yes, we can do this. Yes, we can do that. And, you know, even if it's just little things like being able to take your kids, you know, on a weekly date night, or, you know, paying for those kinds of things is a really big deal. And if you ask any stay-at-home mom, especially, or any mom in general, like sports activities, they're expensive. And some people are just getting by, you know, like they're living paycheck to paycheck. So if you're like, well, this side gig is helping me pay for soccer, that's a big deal. And, you know, or I just bought our week's worth of groceries with my paycheck. That's a big deal to people. So it might not sound like a lot of money to you, but it's a lot of money to a lot of people. So, you know, it doesn't matter necessarily how much your paycheck is every month. And it's not all about money. You know, we don't only want to attract people who are just all about the money, but money is important, you know. And if they're like, she's making money to do that, yeah, right? Like, I am having fun. I'm feeling fulfilled. So every day I'm talking about these different things that coaching does for me. And, you know, they're putting the pieces together.
The other thing is to think about like who you want to attract. So I kind of had a little bit of an epiphany the other day. So if you guys are like, but I don't want just discount coaches. Yeah, I know. Like none of us do. Like discount coaches serve their purpose. And of course we all want them too. But of course we all want people to come in and work the business and do what we do. Like that's what we want. So the other day I was sitting there thinking about, you know, who do I really want to attract in this like season of my business right now? And then I was thinking about, okay, who am I and who do I attract? So something that hit me was, I don't know if, I'm sure all of you are familiar with the Enneagrams. I know I've talked about it in my team page before, but so I'm an Enneagram 2 wing 3, which basically means that I'm a people-pleasing pushover for the most part. If you're a 2, you know what I'm saying. But then there's a side of me, the 3, that is like the determined go-getter. I want to build a freaking business, blah, blah, blah. So I constantly teeter between like, I just want to help people and like do everything for everybody, and it doesn't matter what I get. And then, but then there's a side of me that's like, but I have freaking goals and I have a vision and like, I want to do big things. So the other day I was thinking, I'm like, you know what, Steph, like you need to go and you need to look up all the qualities of a 3, and you need to do a post, and I haven't done it yet, but I will. And you basically need to list out an Enneagram type 3, and that's who you want to attract right now. So think about who you want to attract, and I'm telling you, go read the Enneagrams and be like, okay, which one of these people sounds like the person I want to attract to my business right now? Because we're going to go through different seasons in our business too, right? Like, but right now we're all in a push season. So think about in this season in your business, who do you want to attract right now? Go read the Enneagrams, and literally you can use that to create a post. One of the best posts I ever like had interaction wise for my business, it was literally a post where I just posted a picture of me and I said like, I'm looking for, I don't know, you know what, I didn't even word it like that in the beginning. I just said like, she drinks a little too much Starbucks, but blah, 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 blah. She would rather spend her day on the water than sitting behind a desk at a 9-to-5 job. And I literally listed out these things that were me, like it was me. I was talking about myself, but I listed it out in a post. And I had so many girls that were like, yeah, like that's me, you know, and I relate to that. So go through and create a post like that where you're literally like talking about yourself, but you're also talking about who you want to attract. And I'm sure that you will find that people will relate to that.
Love it. Do you guys have any questions about posting, about inviting, about anything?
Or does anybody have any input about anything that maybe they're doing right now to attract people that you feel like is working for you that we didn't touch on? Because I feel like we can all learn from each other. Everybody has stuff that they're doing that works for them.
So
and I wish I could see you guys.
About your upcoming First Success Club trip. That's another great way to be like, the countdown is on, you know, like I earned this shit. I'm going, I'm taking hubby, you know, talk about it and the fact that this is your job and you love it and you also, you know, get to do this kind of stuff now. That was such a huge deal for me. It wasn't why I started, but when I got to go on that first trip, actually my first trip, was a retreat that Stephanie and I earned, and that's where I met her. We went to Florida. Lindsay put us up in a brand new hotel on Clearwater Beach, and it was a super weekend, and we got to go to the Super Saturday, and it was like one of the most incredible things ever for me as a stay-at-home mom. First of all, mom doesn't get out of the house by herself, and like I got to go to Florida by myself and like lay by the pool, and like it was insane. I was like, I cannot believe I'm here. The whole time I was like, I can't believe that I'm here. You know, it was just awesome. So all those little things, you know, and so I always talk about how like coaching reminded me how much I loved adventure and travel again, because I'd been home taking care of babies, you know, like wiping butts and all the things for so many years. Sorry, kid, it was your butt. All those years. And then all of a sudden I have like adventure again. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I forgot how much I love travel and all the things. We got to do like team building events on the beach. We were like running down the beach in like flippers and hula skirts, and I was like, these are my people, they're so much fun, you know, just like shouting it from the rooftops, because the community really is one of the best parts about what we do, and I didn't expect it, you know, and it's so game changing. So there's so many aspects of coaching that you can talk about when you're posting, and it's important that you do.
Yeah, let me just tell you, the Clearwater Beach we're all out there like doing our routine, whatever our team things we're doing.
I have a picture, Stephanie, if my team's seen that pyramid picture of me and like all the people in a pyramid, Stephanie's in that pyramid with me of people.
And everybody on the beach is like staring at us like, what the hell are these people doing? We did not care. Like, it was so much fun. But I love that. I don't know.
It was intense.
I love that.
It was serious. We were all like serious with a heart attack, and it was so much fun.
Yeah. But guys, I mean, honestly, like, just switch that mindset, just dive in, just go for it. You know, surround yourself with like us, keep yourself surrounded with these people, the people that you see on the call. Those are the people who are pushing with you right now. Keep yourself surrounded with those people. And I wish I could see you guys, but I literally can't see anybody because I'm on my phone.
Oh.
So I've just been looking at Jill the whole time. But yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. You just got to go for it. Keep that positive mindset. Even if things come up that throw you off or try to get in the way, just push through. Keep that mindset. Just remind yourself, I'm in a season of push right now. Sacrifice, like make the sacrifices that you need to make. You know, whatever that means for you. If that means that you need to wake up an hour earlier to get your workout done and then get your inviting in, or, you know, if that means that you need to tell your friends like, hey, I'm not going to be able to hang out for these next 2 weeks or this next month. I have something really important that I'm going for. Sacrifice what you need to sacrifice because it'll be worth it in the end. And when you guys, one of the things about these push groups is that when you like hit those goals that seem really hard and you actually do it, it totally changes the way you view yourself and like what you're capable of. And you're going to be like, man, I did that. If I did that, I can do this. And then you're going to do exactly what Jill and I did. And you're going to be like, okay, I did that one. Now where's the next push group? Like, I'm ready to do this. Let's bring it through the rest of the year. And then you'll see all that momentum build and it'll pay off. And you'll have all those people start to come around. So all it takes is like one little step, just going after it, and it'll start to build and you will see that payoff. It'll pay off tenfold. So just go after it, go balls to the wall and just make it happen.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks for getting on, Jill.
Bye.
Have a good night, ladies.
Bye.